talk about the Jets for a second. The Jets annihilate the Packers, which you called.
Yeah.
You called it. The Jets, first thing I want to say is Sauce Gardner is already in elite corner. It's been 6 games, and he's already in elite corner. Breece Hall has played fantastic. Their rookies have stood out amazingly. I mean, we talked about them in the draft, like the aftermath of the draft, how well that they did. But now it's coming into effect. They're 4-2. They just beat the Packers, who were the 1 seed last year. Granted, with all their issues, we'll get to in a second. But the Jets have played out of their mind, and that was with Zach Wilson only throwing for 100 yards.
Yeah, that was him only throwing for 100 yards. And talk about Sauce Gardner. He did that thing where Giannis will let someone get by him so he can run for the chase down block. He did that with the NFL wide receiver. He kind of hung back on Adam Lazard. And then he's like, well, I'm faster, I'm longer, I'm bigger, I'm stronger. And then Aaron Rodgers was like, oh, he's open. Then Sauce Gardner was like, no, he's not. He's like, gives him some cushion. And then he just sprints forward, knocks the ball out. He was making incredible plays. The running game is really good. I've loved Breece Hall so far. He didn't get off to a fast start, but he's been playing really well. You didn't need Zach Wilson to do anything to win this game, which is awesome. And personally, you're in Green Bay. It was raining a little bit, so the ball was slick. It's tough for someone like Zach Wilson, who's a little bit smaller, to kind of get that spin on the ball you need when it's cold, wet, and rainy. But I was never a believer in the Packers this year. I'm like, this is what I don't like. You lost to the 49ers, only scored 10 points with Devontae Adams, Scantling, and a really good 1-2 punch, and probably the best defense you've had. Then you lose some players on defense. You lose Devontae Adams and Scantling. You're left with
Nobody.
God knows anyone.
Nobody's.
And I'm like, honestly, the Packers are going to maybe miss the playoffs, but they're definitely not winning their division this year. I don't know who will, but it's not the Packers. And my problem with the team is if you don't have the ability to blow anyone out, you're leaving the door open to blow a lot of leads, because anyone can beat anyone on any given Sunday. Mm-hmm. The Jags beat the Bills last year. We've seen this. So if you're just going to leave the door open, you're giving a team hope. So it's like a team keeps pushing. Then they're like, oh, we're only down 10. So it's like the Packers cannot blow out anyone this year. And Aaron Rodgers, I hate to say it, but he's a smart guy. So if he knows he's outgunned and outmatched, he kind of just packs it in.
That's kind of the thing. I think the Packers offense looks bad. I mean, you have your running backs, which is great. You know, we love Aaron Jones. We love A.J. Dillon. But after that, I mean, the fact that their number one receiver right now is Romeo Doubs.
What?
Romeo Doubs has out-targeted him.
Oh, God.
Romeo Doubs, the rookie wide receiver.
What round?
Oh, my God, like the 7th. Like, we're talking about 7th round wide receivers. He might have even been undrafted. I have to double check. But the fact that your number one receiver right now is Romeo Doubs and all these other receivers that are nobodies, like, if the Packers really want to make the playoffs and they want to, you know, extend the next few years, the last few years of Aaron Rodgers, they need to get not just one receiver. They need to get like 3 wide receivers.
How about 4?
They need as many wide receivers as they can. They should have traded for that guy that just was traded to Las Vegas. What was that? Oh, Devontae. Yeah.
Oh, wait, you had him on your team.
Yeah, he just didn't want to pay. Well, technically he wanted to be traded, but, you know, whatever. And now, you know, there's other players, other wide receivers that could be on the move, whether it be a DJ Moore in Carolina, whether there be a Odell who's still lingering in the markets.
Yeah.
You got to do something, because if you keep with the receivers you have, you're not making the playoffs. Because I've liked what I've seen from the Giants more than you. I like what I've seen from the Cowboys. I like what I've seen from the Falcons. I like what I've seen from the Seahawks. Better than what I've seen from a team that has one of the best quarterbacks of all time. So get your shit together, Green Bay, and make some fucking moves, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah, keep going, Jets. I just think the Packers are really bad and they're demoralized. And the worst part about all is Jaire Alexander last week was like, I'm not going to jump ship now, but if we lose to the Jets, then I'm going to jump ship. Well, should have chosen your words more carefully, because I was like, oh, yeah, the Jets are just going to go in there and upset the Packers in Green Bay. That's no big deal. I mean, the Packers losing at home with Aaron Rodgers, best quarterback of all time. Zach Wilson grew up idolizing you. So it's like, yeah, you should be able to beat someone who's idolizing you. That shouldn't be a problem, right? Nope.